Ayukui, Neknau Ernie Albers, Nepichawaswell, Walt Lara, SC Awak Nick Mercado, SC Awak Old Man Albers. Nakuchawaswell, Calilera, SC Awak Dolores Mercado, SC Awak Mimi Markison. Chapek, SC T-Bar, SC Hupa, Newumachuk. Hello, my name is Ernie Albers. I introduced who my grandparents are and some of the places I come from. I come from a very long line of storytellers. My grandfather, my mother, my cousins, I've heard them all tell stories. I love traditional storytelling. They always come with lessons at the end. And these lessons, they remind us of who we are and how to take care of each other, how to take care of this place, and how to take care of ourselves. Growing up, one of my favorite characters was Segep, Coyote. Segep is usually kind of a goofy guy. He makes mistakes for us so that we don't have to. He was always my favorite character. I almost named my son Segep, but my grandpa says, no, don't name your son Segep. Don't do that to yourself, son. So I didn't. My son's name is Nikwich. But I've always loved Segep, and this is one of his stories that I'll tell you. This story, it happens long time ago before any animals had tails. All of them were tailless. And Wage, these spiritual people, they had a meeting. And at that meeting, they decided that they were going to make some tails for these animals. That was the plan. So one Wage came down and he called a meeting. All the animals came to the meeting spot. And that Wage stood up and says, listen, we're going to make you some tails. So come back to this meeting spot tomorrow and I'll have a tail for each of you. But don't worry about which tail you're going to get because I'm going to make one special for all of you. That was the plan. So everybody went home. Everybody was talking about what kind of tails they wanted. Some wanted little tails, some wanted big tails, some wanted fluffy tails, yellow tails, red tails. Segep wanted the best tail. It was going to be this size. It was going to come up black on one side, red on the other, and then a basket design down the center. That was going to be Coyote's tail. But he was thinking to himself, well, I'm going to have to be first in line so I can decide which tail is going to be my tail. And so he was thinking, how am I going to do that? And then he had an idea. I'll stay awake all night. I'll stay up all night. And then in the very early morning when the sun comes up, I'll race to the meeting spot and I'll be first. And that way I can see all the tails and I can see which one is good enough to be mine. That was his plan. So he went about his day. Everything was good. At the end of the day, people were making dinner, building fires, telling stories, and then they all started to go to sleep. Not Coyote, he was staying awake. He was just thinking about that tail. Oh, it was going to be beautiful. But pretty soon, it was getting dark, and it was getting late, and Coyote had built up his fire, and it was getting warm, and his eyes started getting heavy, and he was getting sleepy, and he thought to himself, I'm not going to make it. I'm going to fall asleep. But then he had an idea. When I'm at brush dance, I can stay awake all night. I bet if I sang a brush dance song, I could stay awake. This is what he sang. Oh, and he know, hey, he know, oh, and hey, oh, and he, and he, and he, and hey, and oh, and hey, oh, and he know, hey, no, oh, and hey, oh, and he, and he, and hen, and hey, and hen, and hey, and he no, hey, no, and hey, and he, and when he ended that song, he was sleeping. He was out. Pretty soon, the light came out. It was tail day. Everybody raced to the meeting spot. Fox got there first. He's a little fast guy. And he thought, well, I'm really fast and kind of small. Not everybody can see me. I need a big red fluffy tail. Then everybody will see me. He got a big red fluffy tail. He put it on. He took off. Bear and deer, they came in next. And they thought, well, we're always chasing each other through the brush. We don't really need big tails. Let's get little fluffy ones. So they got little fluffy ones. They put them on. They took off. One by one, these animals came and got their tails. Pretty soon, Coyote woke up. Oh, I fell asleep. It's tail day. So he raced to the meeting spot. But no one was there. Just one wage. And he had a tail. And that wage says, Skue Yech, good morning, Coyote. I got your tail right here. And Coyote walked up and looked at it. Oh, it wasn't at all what he wanted. Wasn't the right color. Wasn't the right size. Nothing about it. And Coyote looked at that wage and he says, you don't have any other tails? And that wage says, no, I made this for you. And Coyote says, well, you can't make any more? And that wage says, no, this is your tail. And so Coyote says, all right. He grabs it. He walks out. He doesn't say thank you. He just leaves. And he's looking at this tail as he's walking home. And he's thinking to himself, this is an ugly tail. Who would want this tail? I don't want it. So he threw it in the fire. And he went outside to get some air. And then he was looking around, and everywhere he looked, animals were shaking their butts, showing each other their tails. Everybody was happy. And Coyote thought, well, I'm gonna look funny if I'm the only one without a tail. So he ran back inside, grabbed that tail out of the fire, he stomped it out, picked it up, and then he looked at it, and it was this ugly, burnt-looking tail. And he put it on, because that's the only one he had. So if you see Coyote nowadays, he doesn't have this beautiful, magnificent tail. It's kind of ugly and burnt looking because he didn't appreciate what wage had done for him. And I love these stories. And if you ever heard me tell stories, I always say that after my stories. I love this story, and it's true. I love all these stories. They all come with lessons. They all have layers. And with this one, it's about appreciation. It's about seeing things that are done for you. Coyote doesn't see what's being done for him. He doesn't see that wage is making something special for him, that he puts his love, he puts his prayer into something that he's giving. And Coyote, he doesn't see that. He doesn't see that gift. He wants something in his head that he only sees, right? That's the only thing he sees. So the story's about opening up our mind to what's around us and appreciating what happens around us, appreciating when people do things for us, when our parents, when our parents make us breakfast in the morning, when our parents or whoever it is that takes us to school, when we get signed up for sports or when we go out to ceremony, all these different opportunities, we have to make sure that we appreciate them, that we say thank you. Because when we say thank you and we say we appreciate people, it makes them feel good. Whenever I see people out and they say, hey, you're the storyteller. Thanks for telling stories. I appreciated it. That makes me feel good. So the story is about appreciation. Hey, yeah, yo, and hey, yo, hey, yo. and he, oh.